now we're going to make chapatis, because you can't just always have sliced bread. You might want to be using bread for other things. Pizza bases, for instance. Chapatis, I learned how to make them in India by this lovely lady in Udaipur, and I just love the way she worked, and I'm going to try and replicate it, but it won't be the same. And what else could you use this for? Pizza base, chapatis. I don't know. Oh, we're going to make a pie out of this bread. So let's get started. First of all, this one's going to be quite different. I'm going to have to get my hands in this because obviously you can't roll out the kind of dough we've just made for no knead. So in the bowl goes a cup of water, and I might need a little bit more than that. And because that we may have children who balk a bit at the taste of sourdough, and please keep trying because they do get over it. Look at Vegemite and Marmite, for goodness sake. I mean, foreigners think we're absolutely out of our minds because we like that stuff. It's just an acquired taste. Once you've got the taste, it's good. So just persevere if you've got children. But you can make a loaf with half white, half wholemeal. You can, and then just ease them into it. But these, I'm going to use some white flour. So I've got in there the water, and of course the rule is then you put in the sourdough, and I'm going to use a half cup measure in there. And this is my regular one. And by the way, it matures sourdough. It is not, that fresh stuff that I've made will not be the same as this. Perhaps other things move in and join them, you know, join the party. I don't know what goes on, but they do get a more mature flavour. So that's just, I'll just use a little bit more. And it goes about half a cup. And there, close that up. And again, get it all mixed up in the water. And then your molasses, a teaspoon. I'm going to pour this time and guess, and that would be about right. And now I'm going to use 1 1/4 cups of white flour. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of that. And I've already got half a cup of wholemeal in there, so that's 1 1/4 of that, and I'm going to put 1 cup of wholemeal, in fact 1 1/2 cups of wholemeal, like so. And I'm going to take 1/4 cup of white flour for dusting, you know, for working on the board, and I'm going to put that over there. And again, salt, you need a bit of salt, about 1 1/2 teaspoons. I'm going to move very quickly here. And you just mix it up into a dough you can put your hands in to form a ball. What you need is a ball of workable dough. Shana, could you please get me the plastic wrap off the table over there? Now, if you need to put a little bit more water in here, then do so, but put it in tablespoon lots, because I have found that it doesn't, if it does require water, it does not require very much. And basically you just want to gather the whole thing up together. You can use both hands if you want to, but what you're trying to aim for, thanks, is a nice baby's bottom. Don't smack your babies. You can smack your dough, but you can't smack your babies. There we go. That's what you want, just like that. And then pop it back in the bowl. Now this is a trick, because if you don't do this, you could be really annoyed at yourself. Sprinkle a bit of flour over the top of that. Take your plastic wrap. Use your teeth, that's what they're for. Rip it and put that down on top, because this is going to sit, and I'm going to take that one off there and put it there in a warm place again, 12 hours. And that's your dough. And here it is, dutifully done. And with any luck, I'm going to pull off the plastic wrap, and no dough hanging off it. But don't forget to do that. Right, now we're going to do chapatis. We're going to transfer that over to here. Now what you need here is a walloping great fry pan. You need something with a big heavy base in it. I am not fond of non-stick, and I tell you why. When you're heating up non-stick to a high temperature, it gives off chemicals actually. You can kill your budgies and stuff. It's that bad. They warn you. Don't do it in a room full of budgies. My little rolling pin I got from Udaipur. It's well used, as you can see. And now what you want to do is to get your dough and divide it into 12 pieces. If you are doing weight loss, you may want to be quite pedantic about it and actually weigh your dough and then divide it into 12 equal pieces, but we're not going to bother with that right at this very moment in time. And I'm just going to guess myself here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's too big, and that one's too small, and that one's too small too. There we go. Done. I'm just going to put them off the thing there because I need the space. Bit of flour on the board, bit of flour in your hand, bit of flour on the ruler. Make yourself a wee circle. Just use a thumb. Don't buy sharp knives. And roll. Now you can roll these out to as thin as you want. Personally, I like to roll them out really thin, and you can see that I'm turning it over because if you don't turn it over and make sure that there's flour underneath, it's going to stick. And that is simply not cool. There we go. And I reckon they should be like about the size of a small side plate. About that. Now I'll do another one. Remember, little circle, roll, turn, onto the flour board, roll it again. That's sticking a wee bit. We don't want that. Oh, I can just might take that off. Okay. Whoops, sticking a wee bit. Okay, we'll just get these ones done to show you how to do it. And I need a pair of tongs so I don't like burning my fingers. On the heat, and this takes no time at all, basically in the pan. And as soon as it starts to change colour or you get a little bubble forming, a minor bubble at that, then turn the thing over. I haven't put any oil or anything in here because hopefully you don't need to. I never have had to. And I can see that the dough is starting to darken. Turn it over. That's how quick these things are. And then I'm going to try something and hopefully it works because it's worked for me every time. But you know, there's always a time when you're showing somebody where it doesn't. I'm going to take that pan off, put it over here and bung that straight on there. And you can see what's happening. Right, that's one done. Again, oops, we've got a bit of stick happening here, which is not that great, but a knife might help. Into the pan, nice and hot. Right. Just wait. It's not ready yet, it's not ready yet. Flour is starting to darken a little bit. Okay, over. Real quick. Leave it a minute. Asbestos fingers. Take it out. And wait. It starts to catch on fire, take it off. It gives it a nice sort of barbecue-y flavour actually. I quite like those little wee burny bits. Okay, that's done. All right, that's very, very easy. I'm going to turn that off. We could do all 6 of them. What I'm going to show you how to do is something quite different. And I haven't got my oven on and I really should have. So I'll turn that on. There we go. Now, flour it up again. Make your little circle. Get those out of the way. Over there. Make a little circle. Flour that. I'll do 2 of these as well, I think. Now, you know, you sort of want to give kids pies and maybe something in their lunch, you know, something snacky or just for dinner even. There we go. Shana, over there on the table there's a little saucer with butter on it. Could you pop that in the microwave for me for 10 seconds just to get it liquid? All right, that's like that, 2 round circles. Now I made a dal the other night, and I'll just get it out of the fridge. It's the recipe in Diet Easily on the website, and it's a good one, and you can easily make it yourself. So what I'm going to do is just pop some dal in the centre. Do this one first, I think, over here. Like so. I think we can probably take a bit more. Might just use my finger for this. No, I've got this. Thank you, Shana. Bit of butter around the edge. Over it goes. Flatten it out so you've got a sphere like that. If you want to be fancy, 2 fingers and the third one pushes in, 2 fingers, third one pushes in, 2 fingers, third one pushes in, like so. Makes a nice, easy flute around the outside. A little poke to let the steam out, and brush it with butter. There's only half a teaspoon of butter that's been used here. And that's one done. I'll do another one. And they will go into a 180 centigrade 350 Fahrenheit oven and take about 20 minutes to turn into little pasties. A sourdough pasties. Okay. Bit of butter around the edge, nice and sloppy. Over we go. Down, press down, 3-finger flute. Again, it's about half a teaspoon, and you butter underneath them as they sit in the pan. There we go, and we'll have a look at those in a minute when they come out. Okay, well here are our little turnovers that we made out of the chapati mix. They're nicely baked, but the best thing to do is to leave them to go cold. They're just so much nicer that way, and I've served mine with a chutney. And they're quite delicious actually, so there we are, chapatis. You'd actually make 12 of these out of that mix that we did, or you can make half chapatis and half of these, whatever you'd like to do. Thank you.